This is my video update on this September 25th from Kuala Lumpur, Wednesday, September 25th. Let's talk about some news, and let me show you the view from the rooftop so you can see beautiful Kuala Lumpur. I kind of like these rooftop videos, so let me know if you like me doing videos on various rooftops, and maybe I will incorporate it on my walk and talks from whatever locations I find myself at. So I am here with the great Alexander Mercouris.
Hello.
Alex, let me find, from here.
And it's absolutely wonderful to be here with Alex in Kuala Lumpur. And, well, you've seen the view. Amazing city, and we're having an amazing time together.
Beautiful, beautiful city. And Alexander, let's do a quick video because we have some events to get to attend in a couple of hours. So I'm just going to ask, you're gonna help me on this video. The UN meetings, the General Assembly, we had the UN Security Council. I think you are spot on about Zelensky and what he's trying to achieve in the US. It seems like this is a negotiating tactic, something out of Trump's playbook, the art of the deal in a way, in that Elensky, he is asking for the maximum, NATO entry, ramping up war with Russia. He's asking for all of it in the hopes, in the calculation that what he's going to actually get is money and an endorsement support. So he's asking for a lot, which is a negotiation tactic, because he knows he's not going to get it, which is NATO entry. That's what he's asking for. He knows he's not going to get it. But what he's hoping to get out of New York is a strong endorsement from the Biden White House. What do you think?
I think that's exactly correct. I think that's exactly what the tactic is. But I'm going to make my own observation, which is that in the wider world, this is backfiring. So he went to the UN Security Council, ruled out all negotiations with Russia, took the hardest possible line. He's apparently he made exactly the same message to the General Assembly. He tried to get the Global South to rally to him. Most states' representatives stayed away. He spoke to a half-empty room. And my impression is that more and more people are getting absolutely fed up with him and are starting to say this man is completely out of touch with reality and that he is dragging us down. And I think in Ukraine, more and more people are saying the same thing. This morning, I was going through the various statements that Ukrainian soldiers, Ukrainian officers, people like Bezuglaya, the dissident MP in Ukraine, are making. And they're becoming absolutely exasperated with Zelensky. And one brigade that is, wow, absolutely. Is that a storm?
It's a storm. Anyway, let's see if we can make it through the video.
Through the video. One brigade, one army brigade, cut off in Vuhledar, have made a very bitter statement about how they received an order to fight to the death until the end of his visit. Now that is a terrible thing for soldiers to say, and it tells you, as I said, that he's pushing his luck. And it's getting dangerous.
Vuhledar is encircled, right?
It's encircled. It is completely encircled, and it's been stormed. And there's reports that some Ukrainian soldiers there are surrendering.
Yeah, I've read those reports. Let me ask you a couple of more quick questions, and we will wrap up this video with the clown world. And Biden's speech. What were your thoughts on Biden's speech? I think you were the first analyst that pointed out when the whole removal of Biden took place, and the narrative that the script writers put together was that Biden he values America more than power, and that's why he made the decision to drop out of the race. It's not about power; it's about the United States of America, and that's why he decided to drop out. And he pretty much said the same thing during his UN speech, his last and final speech. But you were the first one that said, well, if it was really about the United States and not about power, and that's why Biden dropped out, then why did he not drop out before the primaries 9 months ago so that he can clear the deck and allow whoever wanted to be the Democrat Party nominee, Harris, whoever, let them run in an open primary, and that way, everything is pretty much normal as they head into elections for the Democratic Party. But he stayed on anyway. He once again told the UN Security Council and all the leaders around the world that they should not think about power. They should think about their country first, and that's why he stepped down. Your thoughts?
Well, I thought that his speech at the UN actually said it all about him, because he said nothing new. He's just there. He remains president. He insists on staying where he is. He's no idea, apparently, of stepping down. So for him, obviously, it is about power, about remaining in the Oval Office. But he said absolutely nothing that suggests that he has any ideas or plans about how to navigate the United States through the problems that he's facing, that the US is facing. So Edward Luce, important journalist in Britain in the Financial Times, actually writes an article in the Financial Times, says, Biden missing in action. We have the Daily Telegraph, another powerful newspaper. They're saying an analysis, they give an analysis in which they say Biden defending his legacy, offering, however, no new ideas, nothing. So it was an empty speech, again, empty speeches, repeating the same cliches from a president who insists on staying, but is not driving or leading or guiding the US in any sort of practical way. And the FD, just one quick thing, commented that this may have an effect on the election.
Right. Okay, so one more question. We'll get to the clown world. Trump at a rally, he said that the U.S. needs to get out of Ukraine. I may be getting his quote wrong a little bit, but he did say something along those lines. The U.S. has to get out of Ukraine. It seems like that's an admission that the U.S. is in Ukraine. What do you think of what Trump said?
That's exactly what he said, I think. I don't think there's any doubt about it.
He said something like that,
absolutely.
yeah.
He said that Biden and Harris have got the United States into Ukraine, into this mess, and they don't have any plan to get the US out. And I think he absolutely sees the US as being in Ukraine. I think pretty much everybody sees the US as being in Ukraine. And when Trump says that the US, or rather Biden and Harris, have no plan to get out, I think many people agree with him. Everything is falling apart. The war is being lost. The economy in Ukraine is collapsing. The United States is overexposed and overinvested, but they have no plan to cut the losses and to just withdraw.
Why was Biden so fixated on Afghanistan during his speech? The withdrawal of Afghanistan, what was that about?
Defending his legacy. He's been so criticized about this all the time that he feels the last time he addresses the UN, he has to say something about Afghanistan. With Biden, I'm going to say this, it's all about himself. It's about him being there, his leadership, his ability to unite NATO, defend Ukraine, all of these things, and about protecting his legacy and what he did in Afghanistan too.
Right. Okay, so let's do two clown worlds, Alexander. The first one is Pav Durov. Telegram has decided to give France various accounts and IP addresses that they would like banned from the platform. Pavel Durov folded. That's the way it looks. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, of course he's folded. That's exactly what's happened. If the choice is between prison and giving them what they want, he's given them what they want.
You think he would have gone to prison?
Well, I don't know.
Or was it a bluff?
It was probably a bluff,
Oh,
but he wasn't going to take the risk. He enjoys his life too much. He's not going to put himself at risk on behalf of confidentialities or all of the other issues that he's talking about. That's what I think. Anyway.
I bet you his lawyers probably told him just give up the names or give up the address. That would be my guess. They said it's not worth it. It's not worth having the French government and other governments on your back.
Exactly. That's exactly right. I mean, I don't think anybody should be surprised, actually.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So the final clown world, not really a clown world, but Olaf Schultz met with Elensky in in New York. What do you think? What do you think he told? What do you think Schultz told Elensky? What do you think Elensky told Schultz? And how did these two guys meet after all of the Nord Stream stuff, especially the Wall Street Journal article, which basically said that Elensky knew he at first he greenlit Nord Stream, then he got a call, and then he told Zaluzhny to stop Nord Stream. This is the Wall Street Journal. This is not me. But Zaluzhny told Elensky, "I can't stop it now. It's going to go through." What do you think those two guys are talking about, or do you think Olaf Schultz doesn't even bring it up?
Oh, I'm sure he doesn't bring it up. I don't think he wants to ask questions that he might get an answer to that he doesn't really want to hear. I mean, to my mind, it's two failing clowns. I mean, you mentioned the clown world. I mean, it really is two failing clowns. Schultz, obviously on his way out. He's not going to be chancellor for much longer. Zelensky, well, he's already, I think, mentally understanding that the game is up. So that's, I mean, according to some reports, Schultz is telling Zelensky that the time has come to reach out to Putin at the coming G20 summit. But if that's really what he said, and I'm not even sure that it is, to be honest, well, I don't think that Zelensky will pay much attention. I don't think Zelensky will pay much attention to Schultz. I don't think Schultz is going to pay much attention to Zelensky. I mean, they're two men on a sinking raft. They're both drowning, and they both know it.
Yeah. Elensky's in survival mode. He's in survival mode right now. All right, we will end the video there. TheDuran.locals.com. We are on Rumble, ODYSEE, BitChute, Telegram, Rockfin, and Twitter X. And go to the Duran shop, pick up some merch, like the Greek t-shirt that I am wearing today in this video. Thanks a lot, Alexander. We will catch you tomorrow. Take care.